All right, so welcome to the video for lesson number 7 for geometry. For this homework assignment, you had to do a couple questions, and we're going to talk through how to do them and kind of give you some explanation as to some of the common issues that we might see going through here. So for number 1, I see that these two angles that are given to us are actually going to be supplementary. So they're a linear pair. So I know that the angle of x plus the angle of 144 is going to equal 180 degrees. Now this would be the exact way I'd want you to do it. If you're somebody that's just subtracting from 180 and you're skipping the step, that's totally fine too. Just sometimes they're a little bit more algebraic in nature, so you have to do a little bit more equation work. So if I then subtract the 144 from both sides, I get an x value there of 36 degrees. I'm hoping everybody that tried that one got that one right, because that one's a pretty straightforward question. For number 2, these are 4 angles that are all at a single point, so they're going to total 360. So I'm going to have 2x plus 85 plus x plus 35, and that's all going to equal 360 degrees. If I combine my like terms, I have 3x, because 2x plus x is 3x. 85 plus 35 is 120, so that's going to be plus 120, is all equal to 360. If I subtract 120 from both sides, I get 3x is equal to 240. Divide both sides by 3, and I get x is equal to 80. Now they just asked us to find the x value here, so I don't have to do anything else other than that. All right? Just says find x. Number 3 was a little bit more work. So first thing I notice is that the angle of 47 and the angle of y form a 90-degree angle. So I could say 47 plus y equals 90 degrees. Those would be complementary angles. If you subtract 47 from both sides, I get y is equal to 43 degrees. I'm going to use a different color here so that we could see the difference. So to find x, well, I need to see that this is a straight line. And I know straight lines equal 180, so those two angles are supplements to each other. So if I do x plus 47, that's going to equal 180. Subtract 47, and I get x is equal to 133 degrees. Now if you got all 3 of those, you're in pretty good shape. Number 4 is a little bit tough. Number 4, we had to do a couple things. First, we have to figure out what x is. And to do that, we see that these two angles together, well, they are a linear pair. So they're going to equal 180. So if I do 5x plus 45 plus 3x minus 25, that equals 180 degrees. If I combine my like terms, I get 8x plus 20 equals 180. Subtract 20, and I get 8x equals 160. Divide by 8, and I get x equals 20. So I found x, but I also have to find y. So to find y, I need to find 2 of these angles. So if I now know x is 20, I know 3 times 20 minus 25 is going to be this angle. So if I do 3 times 20 minus 25, I get an angle here of 35 degrees, meaning this angle is also 35 degrees. Well, if I know x is 20, I also know that this is going to be 2 times 20 minus 5, so that's going to be 35 degrees also. So I know this is 35 degrees. These 3 angles in total have to equal 180. So I know I could do 35 plus y plus 35. Well, that equals 180. Add the 35s and solve for y, and I get y equals 110 degrees. I know I skipped some steps with the algebra there. I'm running out of room. But if you combine the like terms, you get y plus 70, subtract 70, and bam, there's your 110. All right, the last question, the ratio question. I know we talked about this in class. All right, same idea. As soon as I see a ratio, I'm going to rewrite that as 4x, 1x. So I know this is the larger angle, this is the smaller angle. I know since they're complementary, they're going to add to 90. So I have 4x plus x equals 90, or 5x equals 90, divide by 5, and I have x equals whatever 90 divided by 5 is, right? That's going to be 18. So that tells me the small angle equals 18 degrees, and the large angle, that's going to be 4 times 18, well, that's going to be 72 degrees. There's your homework. Now, I'm hoping that you use these videos so that you can actually check your homework, also find your mistakes, right? This way we don't have to go over every single question in class tomorrow. Question 4 I know is challenging. We might have to do that one anyway tomorrow, but the rest of them are pretty straightforward, almost exactly what we did in class. Hopefully these videos help. Keep looking at them as we move through the unit, right? And expect a quiz at some point this week or next. Good luck.